and NRG, who are, well, they would love to get a win, wouldn't they?
They would love to get a win, absolutely. They have to be riding high on their confidence, especially with how they've turned things around in today's action. The absence of bloodhounds on these teams certainly being felt, especially when in a situation we saw around the Cenote in Game 4, where we had 4 teams all creeping, trying to sneak into the zone, but also wondering what was around the corner. We'll see if there's more awkwardness or if there'll be a different approach with the situation many of them were in. Of course, they always have the Valk ult in the back pocket should they be required, or most teams do at least. Certainly the teams moving late in the zone, and we can see the spread of the teams at the moment, color coordinated as you can see on the flanks. Furia will be at the lightning rod, then they've got quite a few teams around them. You can see Vaxlon just spreading a bit further for 100 Thieves, getting the beacon information as well.
And you can see also C9 in what might be a favorable position. It seemed like the zone was going to pull towards launch pad, or at least circle around their antenna and some of the middle areas. And that would be a wonderful thing if C9 can just hold where they are, find the perfect position, no rotation needed, heal up, loot up, maybe take a fight, get some loot brought to them, express delivery, like a DoorDasher at this point. It's always nice when loot shows up, and especially with white shields on it, so you can easily make it your own. RCO Esports had a great start, but they're going to have to do a little bit more movement. Sleepy Panda on a white, and really it's a statement game for them, because this is a team I said, you know, they've shown up, they've won a game, they told us they are here to play, but can they make it so that we have to pay attention to them for the rest of this game? Can they really put these points on the table to get top 3? So that's something RCO will be looking at today. A big win would certainly give them an opportunity to do that.
On Instagram, there is a compilation of pandas climbing trees and the branches breaking and them just falling out of the trees, which is definitely worth looking up. Not that I'm making any comment on Sleepy Panda, but it is something to be aware of. It is quite, it has a lot of entertainment value, it must be said, so definitely look out for that after the broadcast, of course, because we have much to gain in this final game of the day, and we can see that Scissors & Co are out in the open, being forced away by Cloud9, and they're going to be shot by RCO as well. So up the hill you go, and if they're lucky, they'll be able to escape. Don't have all the shields in the world. Phony's really going to be hoping he can get his shields up here. We'll see if he chooses to dome. Well, they'll be okay, but what is their next move now? Do they go up the hill and run away? They can't really make a play in any direction. They're trying to Valk ult, I think, but they don't have the angle because there is an overhang for the rocks above, so now they've burned their dome and they can't Valk ult through it. What are they going to do?
The big question of the day. Sleepy Panda, stay away from heights. I think we lost 1,000 viewers when James mentioned that video. I'm sure they'll be back in about a minute and a half, though, after they check it out. Multi-view, by the way, if you want to watch something else. In the meantime, check out all of the streams. I love the way that pro players are using it. You can see Hal streaming. It's Timmy's also streaming. Great content creator in the Apex Legends scene. Really just being able to bend the broadcast to their way, add their own perspective, watch the teams they're interested in. You could do that, too. It's live, and it is the new way to ALGS alongside our main broadcast here with all the hype and details and special stats that we provide. There's still some great viewing opportunities if you take advantage of multi-view. Check it out in the command center right under the follow button on stream.
100 Thieves looking to get involved in these shenanigans as well. They're currently in a choke point. It'll be hard for them to press forward for the time being, so they'll have to be concerned about their 6. Let me know. We've seen some wild rotations from them in the past. Lots of long-range action we're seeing once again here on Storm Point. Plenty of triple takes as well. SCRY will have the charge rifle, though, with a 2x. Be harder to do with it. Of course, if you are joining us late today, A, where have you been? B, there is a turbocharger in the replicator, so expect plenty of energy, especially with all these lobers on the map. And again, once that ring starts to close, one would hope we see some devotions going to work.
My man SCRY doing the most with that 2 times, huh? I mean, absolutely getting the job done with the bruiser. Not the ideal for a charge rifle if you're just sitting there, but it is more flexible. If you have the opportunity to fight up close, we might see some hip-fire plays coming from him. Don't expect too many headshots, though. That charge rifle doesn't quite hit those too often. 100 Thieves rotating outside of launch pad, where we'll see Team Liquid already involved. CLT, Charlotte Phoenix, Greek Bowser Stink moving their way in. We saw C9 nearby, hiding in one of the buildings. Liquid playing underneath there, common place to play. You get vantage points, but you're also safe from on high, and this is a great spot to Loba ult, because imagine, James, all the chaos that's going to be happening around them as this zone closes and teams get more and more frantically involved in the action.
Yeah, I saw a box of tea turned into a box of loot, and we've got overlapping Loba ult to share the resources. So something's going to be running low, and it's probably going to be ammo for the teams without a Loba, but the grenades will be just as important, which is why you saw multiple Loba ults from Team Liquid in this same position. Get as many grenades as you can, and they can replenish that later on if there's anything available. Another exchange as Team Liquid will say hello, crack some glass, but it's a hard angle to full send, bearing in mind how many other teams are here. Liquid have to be careful about what they choose to do. Maybe focusing on damage for the time being. They've got some reasonable cover, and still the charge rifle. But you don't want to send it too far. You don't want to expose yourself and then be capitalized upon by a third and maybe even a fourth team as well. We've actually lost 2 teams now. We had 59 players early, but suddenly we find ourselves with 54.
You know, what happens when a Loba ult steals loot from another Loba ult? I mean, at this point, I feel like they might be stealing each other's loot back and forth, hiding next to each other in the lobby. Oh, purple shield, that sounds good. Let me grab that. Oh, purple shield showed up in my Loba ult. Let me grab that. And they've all just traded. Sometimes that is the way of the world, though. You run halfway around it just to realize you're back where you started. SCRY, though, 17 points. Definitely improving, not making too much of a dent into the lobby, but Charge Rifle certainly making a dent into the meta. You saw it there with Nocturnal holding down that low ground. One shot, 65, deters the aggression, deters the poking. It is the winner across distance, only hit scan weapon in the game. But I do prefer what my man Niazul usually is running, the 30-30. So satisfying to get that charge up shot. And also the hip fire. Really, really nice close range. It's the best replacement for the G7 Scout since that weapon went into oblivion, really, and the care package has made almost no impact in Apex Legends over the past season and a half. It's kind of unfortunate. It's a great staple. But it did have its heyday, James. I'm not too worried. I think it will come back. But, you know, I guess maybe there's a way to enjoy the time without it before it, of course, becomes one of the most OP weapons as it was before.
When I drop in Apex, I get one of 3 pairs of weapons. Either a double Mozambique, a double P2020, or a P2020 and a 30-30. And I get pushed at close range, and I'm trying to land shots with the 30, doesn't happen, and I die. This is pretty much my experience. I've tried to use it as like a poor man's triple take, and I just can't. The only thing I'm worse at is the bow check. So yeah, maybe one day, but just all my RP going down the drain, it hurts. It brings me to tears.
We don't want that for you.
30-30, so I don't know. There are people out there who are better than me with that weapon, and more power to them. We see a flatline has been crafted as well. Love to see that becoming more of a novelty in these lobbies as it's made its way into the replicator. Many things different now in this current climate, be it Legends, weapons as well. More charge rifle grief. Longbow also making cameo appearances here and there, but a charge rifle, especially in the Val Cult meta, these charge rifles are not the antidote. Well, they are the antidote to some degree. I love to see players falling out of the sky like bricks, like Supreme Bricks maybe. It's good fun unless you are the team with the Val hoping to get that rotation in, and maybe it'll happen in this game. We'll have to see.
Well, I certainly hope that the standard for getting a Valkyrie shot out of the sky isn't hitting her mid-flight with a longbow shot. I need that charge rifle to get the job done. I'll tell you a team that doesn't need anything to get it done. They seem to be in the right place at the right time most of the time. That's 100 Thieves. Let's listen to them in Game 6 as they've got 18 squads remaining, talking about how they're going to make this one work.
They play inside, then we just throw our nades right by the zip. That's all.
I mean, I had to use one nade to force bubble, or to, like, if they use bubble, perfect. I mean, that's in a perfect world. But if they don't,
there's no way they don't use bubble, though.
I mean, they'll just all go inside the room and close the door.
Yeah, and you're just gonna throw a nade. The door's gonna be broken, no?
No, and pretty sure it's still up.
Okay.
If the door's broken, I mean, in a perfect world, that door's broken, and they use bubble.
Yeah, that's true.
Whenever we land up top.
I forgot there was a door up there. Not gonna cap.
I'm gonna go check this.
Whoa, check if there's a door.
Check out the door there.
Nah, bruh.
Yeah, just fly up and give him a little peck on the cheek.
Someone's gonna ask what you were doing. You're gonna be like, yo, I was checking if you had a door.
This is critical information, and people just don't. What the hecky, man?
Oh, I thought you were actually checking it, dude. I'm like, dude, you're trolling.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting no damage right now.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
2x charge rifle is not the play.
I almost guarantee this team back here is gonna walk up onto my right side up here and try to come fight for this choke.
Probably.
Out of that,
Well, they
or they're
can't
gonna
really get
drop
through.
onto this roof, but I feel like they're gonna fight for this choke.
That package is literally just outside that choke.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I can
honestly.
probably get this.
My next location.
No, there's a Kraber in there.
I'm
Yeah, that
taking your
changes
gun.
everything.
Honestly, if that package gives us 3 nades, instead
Shooting
of
the
a Kraber,
dogs, so they're gonna be coming this way, I think. They're
I think
shooting. They're shooting dogs. No,
Someone
they're gonna
here.
come this way.
I know.
I just saw a wraith here. I think it was a wraith.
I don't know if I go for this drop though.
How far is it?
Right here, but
I mean, it's already getting looted, so.
oh man, dude, that guy's quick with it. Hold up, I was scratching my eye. Dude, that guy's mad quick with it.
You blinked and it was gone.
Yeah. Oh, they brought the Gibby too, so good thing I didn't go for it. I don't know what they got though. I don't see a gun dropped.
Look at zone. Kind of weird.
Give me here. Give me here.
The man was quick with it, James, but overall, 100 Thieves don't seem to be needing to go anywhere. Real cool, calm, and collected in the communications.
Yeah, I'm really glad he didn't go for that. I don't think it's worth the risk with the potential they have in this last game. We lost BPG in the meantime. Skittlecakes taking out the last player, and Duplex is having some problems, as we can see. Scissors looking to eliminate ESA. We'll see what happens there, and he's watching in the kill feed. And indeed, it is going to be Noct now, who's down to clutch again, trying to hide behind Skittlecakes' shield, which is giving him some good cover for the time being. But how do they escape this situation? I'm not sure if he can.
Is that 100 Thieves also getting involved in that? I mean, this is very, very dangerous, but luckily there's a little bit of an area, and Noct, he goes down. That's ESA out. The leaders of the lobby down to one of the teams within striking distance to take first. C9, what a turn of events. Zach gets his revenge on Noct. It's just a couple of games later.
Yeah, it's wide open now. It is wide open now, and Furia are playing Replicator Simulator at present, and this is the recent action. They did lose one of their players at some point. We'll see if it's here as they look to get some nice kills there. Skittlecakes with some style points, eliminating BBG earlier on, and we spoke about the devotion. Here it is, or there it was, as Esports Arena are history now.
Furia in the zone. It's starting to be a familiar scene. I'd love to spectate Furia that when they're not covered in orange. I feel like that is going to be a moment on broadcast we're going to have to hypecast as well, just because of the fact that it's so stereotypical from what we have seen from them. But hey, they are running with it. I appreciate the consistency. And I also think that there's a lot still in the tank. So we'll see if maybe this is the game that pulls off. Definitely trusting themselves and trusting yourselves is a big part. But look it up the top. 54, 53, 52. That is 100 Thieves, NRG, and C9. All 3 points away. It is essentially going to be who wins this game. If any of them can win, that will take first place today. That is impressive.
You can see a Valcolt on the radar from up top from Storm Point. It goes quite far, actually. I was wondering if it's going to land on directly on another team, but they made quite some progress there as this zone starts, and there will be quite a few targets for Rocker. He's had a good day so far, but it is about how you finish, and there's great potential now, especially with Esports Arena eliminated. That's going to give the teams at the top a greater focus as they have a chance to take the best points away from the day if they can have the best run. Still 16 teams in the lobby, although I'm sure we're going to start to see some drop like flies as this zone closes in 15 seconds.
Launchpad zone. Teams trying to launch themselves up a couple of levels in the standings. ESA with 60. NRG 6 points behind with 54. You can see the live count on the left right above the team names. NRG, we know how they like to wait outside of this zone, play and push a little bit, but guess who they're running into?
Oh.
Team right behind them, right underneath the 100 Thieves. It could be NRG and 100 Thieves, some of the titans of this lobby clashing here for first place on the day, and 100 Thieves so far getting the worst end of it. The charge rifle from Rocker, rocking heads from afar. No one's downed yet. In fact, it does seem like it's going to be a little bit of a stalemate here, but NRG certainly on the better end of it. Let's listen in and see how NRG take on this fight, which could seal the deal and find them a win after Game 6.
Give me cracked.
I can walk up. He's running.
You need a bubble him, bubble him.
Bubbling, come here.
The Valk is
Oh,
running.
I fucking
I'm batting.
killed him.
I'm batting.
That is fucking teammate. Just play
They're
two.
pushing.
88 on Valk. Yeah, just get him up. Get him up.
Get off. I
Valk
have shield.
I've killed two.
I have shield. Just wait for the bubble. Okay, I'm backing up to this corner and resing.
Res him now.
What the
I'm gonna tether him on this tree. He's charge rifling me. He's like the biggest fucking bot in the game. He's dead to my nade.
Nice, good
That's 100 Thieves, that's
shit.
huge. I just shit on those kids so bad.
Good
Let's go.
fucking
Good
shit,
job.
baby. You went crazy.
All right, let's take their spot immediately, all right? Let's walk up to that little...
Oh, it wasn't enough. 100 Thieves. They meet their end. It won't be a first place today, and they help NRG scoot 2 points away from overtaking ESA for the top spot in the lobby. It is only Cloud9 now, James, who can challenge them, who are also 2 points behind NRG.
Zach Meza just harvested quite a few kills with an Arcstar. LMK eliminated, and we can see G-Force had gone as well. That was a tough fight for 100 Thieves. They had gunfire coming at them from 3 different directions, which made it hard for them to commit to the engagement with NRG. But NRG, while they had it down, they had some better cover from other teams at the very least and did deliver with confidence, no less. They are in a very strong position now to win out the day, but there's more to play for just yet. 11 squads remaining, one of which is CLG looking to find a spot to land at the very least. We'll see what they can do after that. They've had some tough games, some tough positions. We'll see if this will be another difficult one for them, as they don't know what lies beneath. They'll be on the roof, but they're not the only team there. And we've got ults immediately. There will be a dome for the time being, but what's going to happen? In the meantime, NRG downstairs looking for more engagements, more KB. Full sending this one. They've got to be careful about these angles as well. Falling back to get the shields up again. How far is too far? They've got to think quick.
Oh my god, C9 also getting charge rifled. Zach goes down. Pay attention to that. Ganjamin has only 2 as NRG are fighting below. Could he be ending the run of C9, which would almost give NRG the full pathway, the runway clear to fly off and demand a victory in this lobby. Ganjamin is doing so much damage here with the charge rifle. 6 kills to SCRY. They're pushing themselves well up into the 20s. Could they somehow push themselves into the top 10 with a performance like this, as only 10 squads are remaining?
Ganjamin on height, causing all kinds of problems around the smoke. And there's the Q as well to add insult to injury. 7 kills for SCRY's team at present. We can see RCO have got some high ground as well. I feel for the team who are down there, especially as they won't be in the zone. They've got some time though to try and stabilize. 45 seconds before the pain really begins. Somehow we still have 10 squads left, but by the time this ring closes, I'd be surprised if there were even 3, including RCO. They've got to make a rotation at some point as well. They're probably going to have to drop onto a team. SCRY pushing now with the Assault, trying to find an angle. They've got a few seconds now as the dome goes up.
A lot of talk back and forth, whether it's the chat, whether it's Twitter, and whether it's between the pros. Who's the best in the business in terms of an in-game leader? Sweet has put himself up for nomination. He has been voted many, many times across the viewership. And, of course, what we can see here in the ALGS is putting his money where his mouth is. NRG. 1 point away from overtaking ESA with 61 points and claiming first place. C9 no longer in their way. Team Liquid, the only team close enough with 45 points to make a dent. They could end up coming through with a big win here also into second place. That might be something of a tale that's unfolding. But NRG on the low ground, 9 squads left. Soon to get 1 more point. Sweet. No need to move anywhere. Their job's getting done for them as teams are falling like flies up above.
They have a roof over their heads, but look at all the angles they have to be concerned with. Surely it's a matter of time until a team heads down here to try and find some kind of relief, So they need to be decisive when a team comes down, and I'm sure they've prepared their team verbally. The ring coming in will give them some extra cover as well, but it also forces them into the open at the same time. In the meantime, RCO have some building, and you can see the words on the screen there. The final round is here. They're trying to fight on the inside. We've got some downs. We've got Nando having some problems. Sleepy Panda's got no armor. Holiday just waiting for the push, ready for it. Or is he into the zone? Down he goes. More problems here. They may not last that long. Sleepy Panda somehow escapes, and maybe it's time to rat.
Atlanta Premier taking down RCO. SCRY with the Prowler. Just adding insult to injury. 8 squads left still. NRG down below. 1 point away. Still needed for them to take the lead. Do they get it? No, that's Bowser cleaning up RCO. It's 7 squads now. That might have been the point. It is NRG in the lead now in the lobby. They are now above ESA. It is only going to be another team from below, and that's Liquid, who can somehow turn this around to give somebody else the victory title after Game 6. But NRG, they want to put an emphatic period onto this. In fact, screw a period, an exclamation point. They put together some of the most consistent performances today in North America. And I love just juggling here in between the high ground and low ground. There is no need to take this space. They're threatening enough.
Keeping an eye on the tracking, the trigger discipline as well. They don't want to attract attention. They just want to keep an eye on what's going on. Sees a player on the roof, doesn't shoot. You're not shooting me, you don't see me. I'm not going to make you look at me. Be busy with other people, and you can see the exchanges that those guys on the roof are having to deal with. In the meantime, NRG purely focusing on placement now. We still have 7 squads left, and they want to be the last ones. Liquid edging forward while they still have their cover. Concerned about a potential drop, but all the teams on the outside as well. It is a scary place outside. And that's a Premier are down. We move to 6.
Ooh, that's big. Liquid, they need a lot of points to make some type of big push towards second place. But if they win this game, they can do it. Gilder Cincy goes down. It's the punch from Nocturnal. Loba, what can she do? Trying to shake it off. She's going to go through the bracelet. It'll buy a bit of time. Oh my god, she buys a little bit of time. No, way more than that. She somehow is immune to the damage and gets 2 placements up. That could be the difference in a couple of placements for Liquid. NRG still alive though. It's not 61, it's not 65. James, it's 70 points on the day. They're in the final 3. Make that the final 2 against Dubblyew. Can they close it out the way NRG wants to do it? The arena, you can imagine, in Sweden chanting their names if this happens live. Nathan going in with the Mastiff. Sweet, full red Evo. You can't see them losing it. I don't want to see them lose it if this is how they've got to go about it. NRG, they are your champions, not just of Game 6, but of the day.